If you know, you know. Here's the spot. I learned to swim right there. Flamingo. And that's where the story gets interesting.
Interesting? Well, maybe. We slept the night in the airport because we arrived from Salt Lake City at midnight and the morning flight was at 8. So, alright, a little bit of sleep deprivation, confusion on the airline.
And there! Woohoo! Yay! We did it! I know! Kiss the ground! Bombini na Bonaire. There you go. Let's do it. Okay.
Back home. Huh? And on to the gates.
Okay, so a second plane just landed, which I've never seen in my life. That busy of a activity level on the airport. And we had to stop walking so we don't get sucked into the engines. I love it. Yay. Woohoo. Yeah, okay. I'm so glad that although we arrived and got out of the plane a little bit further than I'm used to, we are still walking to where I like to come in. The front side. This was the old front side. And not even the old front side. That was even more closer to the water. That's the I can see it from here. See where that white training plane is?
That one?
That's where the old airport is.
Yeah.
Oh. They have expanded this. They have a little seating area for people, which is smart. It is very hot. I would not be surprised if it's 100 degrees. So that's unheard of for this island. Little Bonaire looked beautiful and very wet. There's been a lot of rain, a lot of puddles that are normally not there. But the turquoise waters, oh, they just grip your heart. Okay.
Needless to say, Olga was ecstatic and remains so even today. This is the baggage claim at the airport in Bonaire. The entry hall is pink. Olga's doing the happy dance. This is the Black Durgon Inn where we're staying on Bonaire, and it's our first outing. We walk out the door and there's a donkey, and Al, the owner of the inn, is in the donkey rescue business. And, these donkeys were thought to be extinct. They're from Africa. And then they found that there's some population here on this island. Hi, kid. Nubian donkeys. Hi. Big ears, huh? Very alert. Yeah, we come from Al's, so we're friends. Okay, we've had a night's sleep. Let's head out and take a look at Kralendijk.
Captain Don's habitat. And we were here, living here when Captain Don made his way to Bonaire. And we saw this whole thing being built. They've just expanded it. Have not seen that, but here we are, the north side of Bonaire. So we will go in it at some point and have some breakfast one day.
Even as we walk down the street, there's lots of history. Every turn, old houses, even cannons.
Here we have a natural Bonaire fence. Just, you know, string up cactus, you chop them off, hang them above the ground, and they will shoot roots down and start growing, and that's exactly what happened here, look. And that's, you know, it does keep people out, let me tell you, you do not climb over. And it looks good. Okay, here we are, Harbor Village Marina. This marina has been here for quite a while, but it has expanded and, you know, this is a beautiful place now. Things keep going up in the world. Let me see if I can get a little image. This is a natural marina, but of course it's been modified and modernized. It's one of the higher cost prices on the island. And today is all about walking around and getting to know the place and letting Daniel see the lay of the land. All right. Okay, here we have a very real DVD tree. And look at how it grows. It's because of the passat winds that it has made that, that curve in the way it grows. Let me pan out a little so you can see it. Passat winds is northeast passat, which is the trade winds. The trade winds that blow here, because we are in that trade wind belt in the Caribbean. So isn't that beautiful? And look at the water. Oh my goodness. This is Bonaire at its best. We crossed the Marina Bridge and then kind of the city or the town of Kralendijk starts. There's frigate birds flying around over there. And as soon as we can, oh wait, dive friends Bonaire, yeah.
Scuba. There's another one there. There was another one there.
Yeah.
The dive shops are
everywhere. Dive shops are everywhere. It is. Oh yeah, you having fun yet? Yeah, it's really a great place to dive. And one of the things is that you can enter the water from anywhere. You don't need a boat to go places. And that makes it easy for a lot of people. They just rent a car and go. So we're doing the Explore today by foot because it's the way to go. And I do believe we're going to make a turn here. Let me see if this is...
What Olga means is we're walking to town.
We are walking to town. Yeah, Kaya Playa Lichi. Let's start. Let's try this one, see if it goes through. Okay. It might. Probably does. Here we go. Well, here we are. And we're still walking to Kralendijk along the ocean side. And Daniel once commented, "Where are the people? Your pictures are all empty." And I said, well, half of them are underwater and the other half is sitting in front of the air conditioning. And I'm pretty much the only one walking around here. And this morning still seems to be true. Here we are. And yeah, a couple of cars driving around, but not many people so far. Very pleasant. You know, people always say when I'm from Bonaire, they will say, oh, it's changed so much. And sure, buildings have come, buildings have gone. But one thing that hasn't changed, it's still pretty quiet. And actually, not everybody can take it. Some people, they come here, they live here, and they have to go. And we always loved the quiet of this island and the chill vibe that it still has. Sure, there's some cars, there's people, but nothing bothers you. You know, it's just nice and peaceful. Lovely place to be. You're asking what that is? Oh, pastici and more. Pastici is one of those things that we just checked on. Remember the edibles? They are...
pastry?
It is a pastry sort of thing. It's usually a high spice, and of course not vegan. Hopefully they will make some in the future. Here, this is new to me. Let me just be precise here. I've not seen this before, except on pictures, and it looks really nice. Possibly made by a scuba outfit. I don't really know, and I don't know if you have to pay to get in or you can just enjoy the place. I suspect the latter. You just go and swim. Keep it simple. All right. So this is the front side of what is now maybe a restaurant or whatever, but this was the entrance to Heit König's jewelry shop, and he would have his workbench right behind here, and this was one of the windows, and he would display his jewelry, and one of the things that he had was a little gold flamingo on top of a little pendant made out of coral. He was also very big, sorry to say, on black coral. So we, you know, in those days you saw black coral, you could take it. Now everything is protected. But yeah, it's nice to be back here. And we're gonna do the backside maybe on the way back, because there's so much to do all in one day.
So from water taxi to Main Street, Olga said this is where the shops used to be. I think the building on the end is a hotel. This one's a coffee shop and sandwiches.
Okay, what are we looking at? You don't know? Well, I just told you it's one of the, no, well, no, mine are new. This is for old shoes, and it's just one of those places that people post. There we have some actual local fishermen. Blanchi Machines. Oh, this is probably in honor of this lady. Oh, a real Bonairean lady. That's awesome. As we're getting closer to the center of town, and think of the center of town as a T-crossing. It's a couple of roads ending out onto this main road, which follows the beach area or the waterfront. What we're looking at here, I do believe, is Karel's pier. And Karel unfortunately died in an accident or something, and his mom managed to get the permission to build a pier here. And looks very nice. I'm sure you can have some food and drinks if you like. But we are doing the whole town today. Got a ways to go. Moving on to the main road inland. Here you see the yellow church. It's a Catholic church. It's been there for a really, really long time. And we've decided to go to the second house I lived in.
Was it your next door neighbors?
Was everybody here, not everybody. Many people were Catholic. Our next door neighbors that were Transworld Radio was in a different house. So we're starting local. I'm just going to tell a little story. This is the original pier, and it's been here a really, really long time. When we arrived in Bonaire in 1962, and we went to our first home, our first house, we were only there a month, but there were cockroaches and there were mosquitoes, and it was really hot, and Mom was uncomfortable. Dad said, I'm going to go to look at the water. I'll be right back. And he came here, and he walked the pier, and he looked at the water, and it inflamed him. He was just so happy to see the quality of the water. So he came home and he said, oh, you guys should look at that water. And Mom said, I want to take the same boat back. And Pop kind of really listened to her and was considering what to do. And he asked me, oh, what should I do? And I said, we stay. And that was that. Thank you for listening to me, Pop. And we stayed here 6 years. You used to be able to just walk on. I guess now you have to. If you see there on the right, it says Boutique Celine. But my dad painted that once. It was Wellman Auto Supplies. And that was one of the little jobs he did. A little extra money and a little fun. This tourism office was the old bank. And our friends lived upstairs there.
You're still an ATM.
Yeah, no, you can tell that things have history. It's just how life is. This is Main Street, right in here. Calle Grande, Main Street. We will not do it right now, but we will certainly do it. It's a wonderful experience. Okay.
You live down this street?
Yes, you want to go there now?
Sure.
Okay, let's do it. Wilhelmina Plein. I don't remember the name of the church, actually.
Wilhelmina was the queen, right?
Wilhelmina is the queen, and we did not sing for the Queen Wilhelmina, but her daughter, Juliana, and her daughter, Beatrix, would come here regularly, somewhat regularly, and the school kids would be gathered in our best white or orange dresses, with banners, and Queen would stand right in that opening of the door. We would gather around here and sing songs to welcome the Queen. And that's this. Now, 6, 7, 8, 9, all those ages.
And you said this was near the post office. Look, it says post office.
Post office FedEx, yeah. That was Mr. Saleh's place too, where we got our candy.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. No, this is history. And by the way, Daniel G. Daniel, it's fine. It's all good. Hey Dee.
She said she sang in front of the Queen right here.
Oh yeah, several times. And over there was my Beatrix school, my first grade, second grade, third, all the way up to the fourth, and then we went to the new place. Yeah, behind that wall. That was our playground right over there. So here we are, Zeezicht. Miramar Zeezicht is a very old, and I don't have to convince you, because look up there, it says 1929. Yes, it's an old place, and this was the one and only restaurant where we would go. They used to have a patio, maybe that was in there, and now they brought out the front there. But this is old Bonaire. This is history. And as you can see, oh my God, right across from these beautiful places, and look at that water. Oh, you can swim anywhere you want. Yes, anywhere you want, you can get in the water, and we're gonna do that. It's just right now we are doing a walk around and the explore of the place. I'm aiming for a blue parrotfish that is swimming around in the shallows right in front of us. I hope it shows. It's good to see them. There was a time that we only saw the red and brown spotted ones, and I think those are juveniles, but I will have to check that. These guys are nicely grown up. Beautiful turquoise. We are right in time for the Sunday service. It's in process. We are, well, very familiar with this little church. Our dentist was next door, Mr. Chirino, and Jonkman was the domine that we were familiar with. He was our friend. Okay, moving on. Continuing on to our second house. It was kind of not planned, but who cares? Here we are on our way. And this house up ahead, the yellow one, is where I turned 5. And that was a big thing. Pop even made a movie about it that is still somewhere.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really excellent. And this obviously was our neighbors, and they were the owners of the house. They had goats and sheep, and those goats and sheep also would come in our backyard, and I grew up with them. It was a good way to grow up. I really appreciate my upbringing here in Bonaire.
Animal-loving nature was there.
My animal-loving nature, honest to God, it came with me.
Did you play here?
No, this wasn't it. Let me tell you where it was. So, see the narrowness? That's where our place started. This was an addition. When we lived here, this was also garden. But this here is the original porch where me and my little trapauto, my little yellow Jeep, I ran around here, and it had 2 levels. See that level? So Mom had her table here with the 4 chairs, and she would give us lemonade. And that was it, you know. It was awesome, but there's more to say. This was, as you can see, a big backyard. Big backyard. And Pop built his boat, his sunfish, Fundia, on the back there. Yeah. And there is still a little wall of cement, and right to the right of that, he built his boat under the shade of the trees. And I hung out with him. I saw every step of that process. So this was an important growing up place for me, and I am really happy to be here. The man that helped my father build his boat with comments and suggestions and was right there. Yep. So Mr. Oh, do I remember his name? I don't right now, but he lived here, and he helped my dad build his sunfish. And it was a good one. It was the fastest on the island. And we grew up happy. And it started out as a pink boat, and he called it the Flamingo. So, you know, and then later on it became light blue, etc., etc. Okay, we have arrived at Flamingo Beach. Things changed, but this location was here. And right in that corner there used to be a table I crocheted a lot of bikinis there. And it was my hangout. We're both a little tired, of course, because we've been traveling like crazy and all that. And we need another cold drink. And we're going to get another cold drink.
And it's your memory lane. So
It's
go
my
for it.
memory lane, so what can we do but listen and and yeah, we're gonna go swim real soon. Oh gosh, it's so beautiful here. Bonaire is not disappointing in any way, and I knew that. Oh, I love this place. So we're moving that location. These bathrooms are so old, I cannot tell you. They were here when I was 6, okay? Yeah, and the shower used to be right here, and you can still see that. But now the shower is on the left. It's nice to be able to shower off, rinse off after you come out of this glorious, glorious water. Oh God. My mother used to sit right there. Hi, Mom. Right there. And yeah, the water has come up. You see the global sea level rise. It's absolutely happening. There's hardly any beach here. And there used to be a heck of a lot more beach. Okay, on to a cold drink. The Flamingo will serve us. If you know, you know. Here's the spot. I learned to swim right there. Flamingo. Okay, so I used to come down here, Caia Alberti, and this is where I lived. And the house, anno 1878, it was actually built with salt water. The cement was mixed with salt water, which meant that the walls had issues and would draw liquid, what do you call that, moisture, and then mushrooms would grow from the walls. That was the issue with an early buildings of Bonaire, but look, it's still standing, so they must have done something to fix it. The house had 2 porches, one in the back, which is still here, and one in the front, which they broke down a little. It's not as big because I guess they must have sold part of it and built something right here. But Kachikara's tree was actually where this building is, the back there. So.
Was it right across from the water taxi before?
In the old days, it's a good question, there were no water taxis. Okay, there was no organization, there were no people, nobody would go, there was no business to be had here. Now there's business. Yeah, and here is one of the water taxis to climb Bonaire. They have their own.
We'll do that one day, huh?
Oh yeah, we're going to do that, yes. Which one we'll take, who knows? There are several, I happen to know. Either way, it's a lovely ride to Little Bonaire, Klein Bonaire, which is right in front of us, over there.
How far?
2 to 3 kilometers, I believe. I've swam it several times from all directions, there and back. So yeah.
You got your picture in the paper once, right?
I did. They said that it was a race. It was not a race. It was just for fun. But they told me that I won it. So that was cute. I was the winner.
You're the first one back.
Yeah. Actually, it was the first one there. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. We're going to look at the prices. Hey, it's the backside of the new post office. Here is the second pier. And here is the old Fort Orange. Fort Orange? Yes, cannons. Yes, cannons and a lighthouse. And this is a very, very old fort. Yeah, it could be. I don't know if they have Coast Guard, but they have...
Dutch Coast Guard.
Okay, then you know more than I do. Yeah, that's just fine. And they have tugboats, you know. And the tugboats.
It's like a ferry.
It looks like a ferry, but I know nothing about that. Maybe it's a boat that brings cars to the island or something, you know, from who knows where, Curacao, Aruba. Oh, and this is so nice. So super nice. Yeah, that pier over there was built after the one behind us. But by now it's also quite old. It's been here for years. And this is the stretch, the C.E. Helmondweg, where we lived also on the water, which I think is probably my favorite house because it was on the water, right next to Flamingo Beach. And they've beautified things. Look at that, part of the boardwalk. I'm coming. C.E. Helmond. So this is what I believe to be what's left of Heit König's house. And Heit König is really a famous guy, just like Captain Don. He was German and interned in Flamingo Beach, which used to be a prison for German people during the war, during the World War II. And after the war, he stayed here, married a local person. He was a jeweler by trade and did all kinds of stuff. He was also a photographer, let's not forget that. He did all the newspapers. And he was, oh my God, what a beautiful guy. I love Mr. Heit König, growing up with him. And because of his jewelry ability, his handicraftness, he would, you know, there was no veterinarian. So if something happened to an animal, they would take it to Heit, and Heit would try to fix it. I mean, he would fix wings, and he had them all in his backyard, and you know, yeah, well, now, of course, look, the guy is building here. It is not what it was, but it doesn't matter. This is the location.
Nobody knows that.
No, nobody knows that. And also, I did remember that. The old house of Heit. This was the gate I'm looking for. Remember Heit König?
No.
Nee?
I work here for the guy.
Okay, no problem.
He lived here in the 60s.
The 60s.
Yeah, and my father's friend.
An old German man.
Yeah.
He was kept here as prisoner during the war.
In Flamingo Beach.
Married local lady.
Flamingo.
Married local lady.
Yeah.
And he was a jeweler, and he lived in this house.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
And
knew him, and she was
yeah, and here you are. And this is his original gate. Okay, this is, I guess it's leaving, no? You're taking it
making a
down?
new residence.
Yeah.
What's your name?
I'm Harvey.
Harvey.
Daniel.
Nice.
Olga.
Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Yeah.
Bon bon. Okay, yes, I have lived on the ocean, actually twice, and the old fisherman that used to live here was our neighbor, and the house that I lived in is that one up ahead. And yes, of course, it looked very different. But the original structure of the house, though, is still there, and we're going to have a up-close look.
They have boats in the yards. Is that common?
That is very common, yes, totally. Everybody had a boat. Even we had a boat.
This is right where people put in.
Oh yeah, look, the whole thing. What do you call those, boat ramps? Yeah, the whole island is a boat ramp.
What was it like then? What's the time?
Oh, the time period, well, we got here in 62 and left in 68, and the boats were all over here. And they were little boats, little fisherman boats.
Kayajan.
Yeah, Krane. Now, Kachi Krane was the man, was the name of the man that lived here and built his boats under a tree right next door.
Okay.
And that tree is gone. Well, we took the turn, Playa Leche, and it's the right one. And look at it, it connects to the road, and there's a big fat iguana sitting there.
Like a Gila monster.
Oh my God, look at him. Yeah. It won't be a close-up, I don't think, but you can get the idea how big this baby is. And here is one of the original Bonaire houses. This used to be the Visbuurt, which is the area where the fishermen would live. And this is the kind of houses they had. It's one of the bigger ones.
What language was that?
What language was what? Oh, here's one. Look. Now I have a close-up.
Just people in the car.
I know. I'm passing. Hi. See, I almost didn't see you, and you are huge. Thank you for that. Let's get a little close-up. Oh, you're coming to me. You think I'm going to feed you? Uh-huh. Yeah, I will leave in just a second, don't worry. He's doing all that behavior stuff. All right. Welcome to 1,000 Steps. I have never seen this before. There's some sort of building back there, and that is new to me. And all the parking. Different flags of different countries. And here it is. This place, near and dear to my heart. Okay. That's what it looks like. These are original steps. I'm sure they've been fixed multiple times. Stuff here for stray kitties, stray doggies, if there are any, but also for iguanas and anything else that needs to drink, which is all living beings. I could use one myself. All right, here we go. I believe it's 67 steps. Count them on the way up. And this is truly the busiest I've ever seen it, with people. There used to be nobody here. On the other hand, it's safe when there's other people around, you know. For a while there, Bonaire had a bad reputation about robberies and things, and I think we're past that. There are a lot of people that have come, and Holland has taken over certain functions, so it's probably quite safe now. And I always feel safe anyway. So, all right, wow, welcome. Now look at that. It's talking about the case. Look at that guy. He's barely hanging, you know? Oh, and that happened a long time ago. That is really old. Oops, slippery steps. Wow. This is a place now known for sea turtles. And last time I was here, definitely they were swimming around. You could just see them. Maybe now it's too busy for them. Who knows? I may go in. Beautiful, beautiful. Used to be a massive amount of coral right out there. And they're at the drop-off. I know that the coral has diminished. Let's see what happens next.